Hi everyone, I'm Andrew and welcome back to Taekwondo Step by Step. You know, when we say the beginning, that often means the most important part of something. And here we have now the most important part of all the patterns, the beginning, Taegeuk 1장. Welcome back, Master Lee.
Hello everyone, I'm Lee Gyu-hyun.
Now we're already at the end of the first week where we've been doing sparring, kyorugi. And so we're now at the last day that we'll be learning new things that are compatible with Taegeuk 1장, right?
That's right, Andrew. And starting next week, we'll be learning sparring techniques suitable for those who mastered Taegeuk 2장, the second pattern.
Okay, well that means we'd better listen very carefully because from next week, things get more difficult. So Master Lee, what is it that we'll be concentrating on today?
Yes, we'll be applying 얼굴막기, the facial block for our sparring lesson. For this facial block, there are variations such as 얼굴 바깥막기, 얼굴 앞막기, and the 얼굴 어깨막기. You may recall that there is an 얼굴막기 at the last part of the first pattern, Taegeuk 1장. We'll be using this for our three-step sparring.
Okay, then Master Lee, are we getting right into three-step sparring now?
Yes, Andrew. Now everyone, get up from your seats, as it is time to practice Taekwondo.
Okay, now as we've said before, Taekwondo is not about attacking and beating up people, but hey, we never know what's going to happen, so we need to be prepared. And three-step sparring, this kind of sparring, it really helps us get our timing, etc. going. Let's get into it, shall we?
All right, everyone. I told you what 얼굴막기 is about just a moment ago. This 얼굴막기 is used to block someone who is striking down at you, punching you in the face, or smacking you from the side, or just in general when a person is trying to hit your face. In Taegeuk 1장, this move is included in the last part of the pattern. We'll use this block in the 뒤굽이 stance and counterattack the opponent with a punch. I encourage all of you to follow along now. Try it.
해려! 경계! 준비! 파! 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 하! 바로 하이! 하! Remember that before we do any demonstrations or before we do any sparring or fighting or anything like that, always in Taekwondo, we bow to each other. It's a kind of a salute. It's part of the Taekwondo etiquette. Okay, remember that. 준비. 아야! 아야! Okay guys, how is it? After all this practice, do you feel like you can get your balance? You can move your balance without any stress at all? I hope so, because finding your balance is very, very important, okay?
Yes, what Andrew said is so true. But the most important thing in kyorugi, or sparring, is concentrating and focusing your eyes on your opponent's move. You should be able to read from the opponent's subtle movements what he will try to do. And second, most important thing is to maintain the right distance from the opponent and yourself. That way you'll be able to attack, block, and also avoid the attack efficiently. Next important thing is the shifting of your balance during sparring. But even if you had a good balance at the beginning, there are many cases where you could lose your balance. For instance, when you strain too much of your strength and while missing the target, you set your leg down on the floor. So you must keep in mind the possible consecutive movements so as not to lose your balance. This way your body won't falter after certain consecutive block or attack. You need to practice hard. Okay, now follow along as I show you how sparring should be done.
Okay, well, now as we practice along, remember, as we said before, that kicking, okay, your legs are such an integral part of Taekwondo, so really put a lot of effort into it, okay? Let's do it.
Okay, now it's time for prepared sparring. You have all learned the basic kicks before. They are 앞차기, 옆차기, and 돌려차기. Now we'll learn how you can block an 앞후리기, an application that's commonly used in sparring. We should focus on how you can attack accurately with 앞후리기 and also how you can effectively block and counter this attack.
준비. 준비. 하! 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 하!
As you might have noticed, keeping the right distance from your opponent is most important. You need to stand apart so you'll be able to kick his face.
Okay, now as we go through our consecutive demonstrations, think carefully about what Master Lee said. Always make sure you have a definite target and you follow through right to that target, okay? Let's do it. Ah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! You know, there are some things in life that if you don't do straight away, you never get them done. You know the story. And it's like that with Taekwondo. You know, the things that we practice today, you really have to make sure you become familiar with. Because tomorrow, we go on to something else. And if you haven't practiced it now, who knows, you may never get to do it. So really, really practice hard. Here's one more chance now. Everything on today's point. And now, here's what you've all been waiting for. And it's only here on Taekwondo Step by Step. Taekwondo, real life! Human traffic. This is sick. They kidnap beautiful people like us and then they sell us for lots of money. It's just disgusting. But you know, if she'd known self-defense, she could have saved us both. Like this. Hey, don't forget me. Thanks. Hey, look at this. I'm being rescued by Superwoman. But I didn't get to see exactly what she did out there, so let's watch again together one more time in slow motion. Okay guys, I hate to say it, but it's that so long farewell time. Thank you again, Master Lee, for teaching us.
Yes, thank you. And now, everyone, I know that practicing with us every day is not easy, but please keep up the good work, knowing that your efforts will pay off in real-life situations.
Okay guys, wipe all those tears away. It's the end of the day, but it's not the end of the week. We'll be back tomorrow and bring together everything right from day one right to the end of this week. More on Taekwondo, step by step.